You're standing in front of the meat case. The bright trays. The clear wrap. The thick cuts of steak and chicken coated in glossy marinades like Bourbon Glaze, garlic herb, Smoky BBQ. The colors look rich. The meat looks tender. It seems like a shortcut to something impressive. Dinner? Already halfway done. But here's the quiet question that most people don't ask. Was the meat unadulterated before adding the marinade? Because sometimes pre-marinated meat isn't just meat plus seasoning. It's often meat plus solution, plus stabilizers, plus a timeline that you can't tell just by looking at the package. Some options are fine. Some are about convenience. And some hide more than flavor. Here are 8 pre-marinated meats worth reading the label on. Welcome to Culinary Cipher, where we decode the labels behind everyday food. Number 8. Teriyaki chicken thighs. The deep brown glaze looks bold and savory. Teriyaki feels simple. Soy sauce, sugar, ginger, and garlic. But flip the package over. Many teriyaki marinades start with water, then soy sauce, then sugar or high fructose corn syrup, then modified food starch to thicken the sauce so it clings to the meat, and sometimes caramel color for a deeper tone. Chicken thighs are often injected or vacuum tumbled with the marinade. That means the liquid isn't just on the surface. It's absorbed inside the muscle fibers. Look at the percentage of solution added. It may say contains up to 12% marinade. That's not just seasoning. That's added weight, which means you're paying 100% for less than 90% of meat. Convenience doesn't mean fair prices. Number 7. Pre-marinated carne asada. Thin-cut beef in a red-orange marinade. Labeled as Mexican style or street taco. It looks fresh. It smells strong. But thin cuts of beef are often chosen for marinades because they're less tender on their own. Acidic ingredients, like lime juice and vinegar, help soften tougher fibers. Look at the ingredient list. You may see water, salt, sodium phosphate, and flavor enhancers. Phosphates help retain moisture during cooking. That keeps the beef from shrinking too much in the pan. It also means you're not just buying steak. You're buying steak plus engineered moisture retention. Number 6. Lemon pepper salmon. Bright yellow marinade. Pepper specks across the surface. Fish marinades are usually lighter than meat marinades. But lemon pepper blends often include preservatives to slow oxidation. Fish is delicate. It spoils faster than red meat. Pre-marinated fish may have been sitting in marinade for several hours before packaging. The acid begins breaking down the outer layer. That soft texture you sometimes notice? That's not freshness. That can signal time. Look at the sell-by date. Look at how opaque the flesh appears. Marinade can mask early signs of age. Quick pause for a second. If you enjoy breaking down what's really hiding inside everyday grocery products, that's exactly what we do here. Culinary Cipher, decoding the labels behind everyday food. Now let's keep going, because the next marinated meats show just how much seasoning can really mean. Number 5. Honey barbecue pork chops. Sticky glaze. Sweet aroma. Thick-cut chops coated evenly. Honey-based marinades often contain added sugars. That helps caramelization, but it also adds weight. Again, check out the solution percentage. Many pre-marinated pork products include injected brine before the sauce is even added. That brine can contain water, salt, sugar, and stabilizers. So you may be looking at pork plus brine plus glaze. It cooks nicely, but it's not just seasoning on the surface. It's added weight. Number 4. Garlic herb butter steak. This one feels premium. Ribeye or sirloin topped with a compound butter mixture. Green flecks. Rustic label. But compound butter often includes soybean oil or canola oil, blended into butter to keep it spreadable at refrigerator temperatures. The steak itself may not be injected, but the butter mixture can contain more than just herbs and salt. Also pay attention to cut quality. Marinades and butter toppings are sometimes used on cuts that are slightly less uniform in appearance. The topping draws your attention. It adds perceived value. It's not deception. It's presentation. Number 3. Pre-seasoned fajita chicken strips. Bright red strips of chicken labeled fajita ready. These are often cut from bulk chicken breast or thigh meat. They're tumbled in seasoning blends that may include anti-caking agents and stabilizers. The label may list chicken, water, salt, sodium phosphate, and spices. That's common in ready-to-cook poultry. Phosphates keep the chicken juicy under high heat. They also prevent excessive shrinkage. The chicken will cook evenly, but it's been processed more than a plain, raw chicken. Number 2. Bourbon glazed beef tips. Deep brown cubes of beef in a glossy marinade. Bourbon refers to flavor more than actual alcohol content. In this case, many bourbon marinades contain artificial or natural flavoring rather than real distilled spirits, including caramel color, thickening agents, and sweeteners. Beef tips are often cut from less tender portions. The marinade helps soften texture and boost flavor. Again, that's not wrong. But the marinade isn't just herbs and spices. It's a formulated sauce designed for shelf stability. Number 1. Pre-marinated all-natural chicken breast. This one surprises people. Clear packaging, minimal branding, all-natural, simple ingredients, and no artificial preservatives. But flip the package over. You may still see chicken breast and a solution of water and salt, possibly even vinegar or natural flavoring. Natural doesn't mean untouched. It means no artificial ingredients and minimal processing by regulatory definition. Injection with a saltwater solution still qualifies as natural. The chicken might contain up to 10% of added solution by weight. The seasoning may be subtle, but it's still more than raw chicken plus spice. Here's the part most people miss. Marinade adds weight. When meat is labeled as containing a percentage of added solution, its weight is included in the total weight of the price tag. You're paying the full meat price for water and seasoning. Sometimes, that trade-off is worth it for convenience and flavor. And sometimes, you'd rather season it yourself. Pre-marinated meats are built for ease. They reduce prep time. They reduce guesswork. They offer consistent flavor. They lower the barrier for cooking. They also extend shelf life through salt, acid, and stabilizers. Salt increases water retention. Acid softens texture. Sugar promotes browning. And starch helps sauce cling. The more intense the color and glaze, the more formulation is usually involved. It's nothing to fear, but it's everything to look closer. When comparing pre-marinated meats, start with a few simple steps. First, look at the ingredients list. Is it just oil, vinegar, and spices? Or is there a longer list of additives? Second, if you see, contains X% solution by weight. That number matters. Compare the price per pound to unseasoned meat. Notice the difference in price. Take note of the texture of the meat through its packaging. Is it swimming in liquid? Is the marinade pooling at the bottom? Third, consider your intended cooking method. High-sugar marinades burn quickly on grills. High-salt solutions can make meat taste saltier than expected once reduced. And if you're comfortable seasoning at home, buying plain meat gives you full control. But if you want convenience and predictable flavor, pre-marinated cuts offer that. The key is understanding what you're buying. The larger pattern is this. As grocery stores compete on convenience, more products move from raw ingredients toward pre-formulated options. That shift isn't good or bad on its own. It just changes the product. Real food plus seasoning is simple. Real food plus engineered solution is different. Both cook, both feed you, but only one is exactly what it looks like at first glance. Back at the meat case, the trays will still look colorful. The glazes will still shine under the lights. The labels will still promise bold flavor. But pause for 10 seconds. Flip the package over. Sometimes what's hiding under the seasoning isn't a mystery. It's just water, salt, and manufacturing. Culinary Cipher, signing off.